Welcome to the Ec3 brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com and the World Wide Web, providing you with wrestling news, reviews, rumors, and insight you've grown accustomed to since 2010. My name is GC Styles, and I am back with the Monday Night Raw review for January 14, 2019. Raw was pretty good tonight. I would probably say about a solid 4 out of 5. Definitely got updated Rumble card, and gonna get right into it. We first start off the show where we see Vince McMahon arriving in limousine. Then we cut to the arena. Michael Cole introduces Raw, saying, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw, live from Memphis." Then Braun Strowman's music hits. He comes out. He starts talking about how Brock Lesnar is scared of Braun Strowman. Talks about all his shortcomings against Lesnar. How Corbin interfered at Crown Jewel. How Lesnar didn't allow Strowman to cash in at certain points, and basically turned around and told him that at Royal Rumble there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and that he's going to get these hands. Then Baron Corbin comes out and pretty much basically states that he only has to last 5 minutes against Brock Lesnar, and that's 5 minutes longer than Braun Strowman ever did. And then this led to Strowman chasing Corbin to the backstage area. Then we then see the limousine, and we see Strowman stare down at the limousine, and then he turns away. And then we hear the guitar strum, and pretty much basically Elias told where Baron Corbin was hiding. After smashing the window, ripping the door off the limo, Corbin gets out of the limousine and takes off. As Strowman starts to turn away and start walking back up the rampway backstage in the parking lot area, he's meted by Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon turns around, calls him a primate, calls him like a gorilla, and he said that this is going to cost Strowman $100,000, and then Strowman replied that the limousine wasn't even worth the $100,000. Then at that point, Vince McMahon turned around and was like, "Well, then maybe I'll take away your title shot at Royal Rumble." So we did. So he did, actually, not me. He did. And we then go into the first match of the night, which is a tag team match. It's Rousey and Sasha Banks versus Nia and Tamina. We go to a commercial, and as we come back, before the match starts, we see Strowman being escorted out of the building by security. We then see a good tag team match, a good back and forth, the build up towards Sasha and Ronda at the Royal Rumble. We see Banks and Rousey pick up the win. There's a post-match interview, and Rousey mentioned how she's respectful, and she respected how a champion is, and that how she said something about losing, and that Sasha's gonna have to cope with it and deal with it, and that kind of set Sasha off, and these two went back and forth, and pretty much basically Sasha put Ronda in her spot and said, "Look," she goes, "I didn't call you out. You wanted him to face me, so you better realize that." And she goes, "You want the boss, you're going to get the boss." And these two go back and forth. They stop up on the rampway. They have a little mixed words. And then they go backstage and they have more mixed words. Then we see the Raw roster waiting outside of Vince McMahon's locker room to find out the fate of the Raw Universal Championship match at the Royal Rumble. We then see Ec3 made the appearance, and he was not the only one that made an appearance on Raw tonight. We then see the Revival pick up the win over the Lucha House Party. I like the fact that they're actually pushing the Revival now, and the Revival are doing good things, and I'm hoping that moving forward they do even bigger things. But they need to do something with that Lucha House Party because it's getting kind of boring. Then we come back from commercial. Vince comes out and he talks about, as he's getting ready to talk about the fate of the Universal Championship title match at the Royal Rumble, Cena comes out. talks about how 20 years ago, when I'm sorry, not 20 years ago. I think he said like 15 years ago or something like that. When Stone Cold and The Rock and Lesnar said, "Screw you, Vince. Bye. I'm leaving." Left Vince high and dry with a bunch of raggedy misfits for talent. He said that he went to Vince and asked him for an opportunity to prove him wrong and to show him that he could be that guy. And you fast forward all these years later, Cena says that there's one thing that he has that no one else has, and that's ruthless aggression. Then this leads to Drew McIntyre coming out, and he pretty much basically says that, how dare you say that you have ruthless aggression? He goes, I am ruthless aggression. And he pretty much gets in Vince's face, and it looked like Vince was actually liking what he was seeing. I think he was liking that rage and that anger and that hate. Because at the end of the day, Vince is a businessman, and he wants to do his best for business. And then Baron Corbin comes out and talks about how he should be in the Universal title match picture. And then Finn Balor comes out and he says, I'm really getting tired of being overlooked in these situations. And he gets in the ring and he pretty much tells Vince to his face. He goes, you know what, Vince? I go, you never really liked me. You never really liked me. You don't appreciate me. And the fans do. And he winds up, Vince winds up, he goes, if I have to step up, then I'll prove it to you. And then he attacks Baron Corbin. Finn Balor attacks Baron Corbin. Cena gets hit with a Claymore kick, and then as Drew McIntyre standing tall in the ring, Vince says that he's going to make a fatal 4-way. The winner gets a shot at Brock Lesnar. We then go into another tag team match. It was a 6-on-6 tag team match. The debuting Nikki Cross teamed with Natalya and Bayley to defeat the Riot Squad. That was actually a pretty good match. I definitely liked the fact that they brought Nikki Cross up. I don't know if it's going to be a permanent spot for her on the Raw roster, but we'll have to see what happens. Really good showing from her. I really thought that she did very well. I really do like Nikki's character. I honestly wish they probably would have put her on SmackDown with Sanity and kind of had Sanity run roughshod over there. But I'm hearing down the grapevine that probably post WrestleMania they're probably going to do something with Sanity, probably break them up and probably I think some of them their contract might be up from what I was heard, but I don't know. That's just speculation at this point. We then see Jinder talking to Vince McMahon, talking about how he wants a chance to be in the Fatal 4-Way, and he winds up picking Finn Balor to take Finn Balor's spot, but Jinder has to defeat Finn Balor first. Finn Balor wound up picking up the win in this match, and this match was, really what it was worth. Really wasn't all that great. It was a solid match, but that's pretty much all it was a solid match. Not taking anything away from Balor or Jinder. It was just, I don't know. I think they just put this match in there because they needed a filler. We then go into the triple threat Intercontinental Championship match. This was good. Lio Rush did get involved at certain points in the match, which I didn't really like. I thought this match could have been better without the interference. But Lashley did pick up the win and become the new Intercontinental Champion. During the last closing moments of the match, he did pick up the win cleanly. So that's a plus. I'm really wondering what they're going to do as far as Dean Ambrose moving forward. I don't know if they're going to have him and Seth feud or what they're planning on doing with these two now that Lashley's the champion. I don't know if they're going to have all these three guys feud for the Intercontinental Championship going into the Royal Rumble. I really don't know. We'll have to see what happens with that. Then, before we go to commercial break, the guy, I guess he's the helper or the waiter or whatever, or the butler. of Alexa Bliss goes in to bring her coffee, and she's in the middle of changing. And then we come back. Alexa talks about Elimination Chamber and going into WrestleMania, and unveils the new Women's Tag Team Championship belts, and these actually look pretty sweet. I wish I had a picture I could show you guys, but these titles look pretty sweet. Then Paul Heyman came out and was talking about the Fatal 4-Way and who he wants to see face face Brock Lesnar, excuse me. And then pretty much basically gets interrupted by Otis from Heavy Machinery. On the way, we also backstage, there was a segment where we saw EC3, and we also saw Lacey Evans. So majority of all the people that got called up, that are supposed to be getting called up, are there. I know that they're in the process of figuring out what they're going to do with Lars Sullivan. I honestly thought that's what Vince's big announcement was going to be, that they were going to have Lars Sullivan face Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. Then we go into the main event of the night, the Fatal 4-Way for the chance to face Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. This was good. A lot of action, a lot of back and forth. A great main event to end Monday Night Raw. We end the night with Finn Balor picking up the win, and yes, the ordinary man that does extraordinary things, who picked up 2 wins tonight to face the right to face Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Now, honestly, I don't see this match being good at all. Only reason why I don't see this match being good at all is because look at the match with Daniel Bryan. Look at the match against AJ Styles. They got treated like ragdolls. Finn Balor isn't going to be nothing more than just a ragdoll. I have a feeling, as much as I want to see Finn pick up the win at the Royal Rumble, I don't see Finn picking up the title. I have a feeling that we're going to wind up seeing Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar at either Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, or WrestleMania. And the only reason why I say that is because I think the reason why they pulled Strowman the way they did out of the match tonight was because I don't think Strowman is medically cleared to compete. I remember seeing a couple of news articles popping up about him, and I have been following Rebuilding the Monster, that series that they have on YouTube, and he's still, from what I could tell, he's still in somewhat of a lot of pain. But then again, he quote unquote flipped the limousine over on Monday Night Raw tonight, so I don't know. But guys, time for your thoughts and opinions on what you guys thought of Monday Night Raw. Leave your comments in the comment box below. Please make sure to click the notification bell so you guys will be notified when new content is available. Click the like button, so make sure you subscribe. Also, please stay tuned for tomorrow. Head on over to Ec3 Entertainment and make sure you click the notification bell on that, and subscribe if you have not, because I will be posting a video over there about some of the new things that are going to be coming to the Ec3 Entertainment. I do know that some point in February, hopefully, I'm going to be doing a huge Nintendo haul. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. And like always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.